At exactly 7:42 a.m. on May 14th, I watched a contractor in a neon vest begin spray painting white parking stall lines across my driveway. Linda Caraway stood beside him with a clipboard. "That section is designated overflow per section 8.4, she said loudly, as if reading scripture. I stepped outside holding my phone, already recording. "On what legal authority," I asked, "are you striping my private property?" She smiled. "You'll see." And that's when I decided she would. My name is Daniel Mercer. I'm 41 years old, a compliance analyst by profession, and I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood just outside Cedar Ridge Estates. Important detail, just outside. When I purchased 1124 Briar Glen Road in August 2024, I verified 3 things before closing. 1. Parcel ID 17-for42-09-003 was not subject to the Cedar Ridge HOA declaration recorded in Book 8912, page 114. 2. The county GIS overlay showed my lot was carved out of an older tract in 1998, 2 years before the HOA was formed. 3. My title commitment, file no. TR 558291, listed no restrictive covenants tied to Cedar Ridge. My driveway is long, about 68 feet, angled along the side of my house, with a double-wide apron leading to the street. It's fully within my boundary lines, as confirmed by a survey stamped October 2, 2024 by licensed surveyor Mark Ellison, license #PLS for 4721. The first red flag came on November 3. I received a letter titled Courtesy Compliance Notice, Parking Irregularity. It cited Section 4.2 of the HOA bylaws regarding visual harmony and uniform parking presentation. I emailed back the same day attaching my parcel map. I am not a member of Cedar Ridge HOA. Please correct your records. 3 days later, Linda herself knocked on my door. "You border our community," she said, arms crossed. "You benefit from our roads and aesthetic." "I pay county taxes," I replied. "Not HOA dues." Her smile thinned. "Well, we'll see about that." That was rung 1. Rung 1, the initial compliance letter. I preserved the envelope showing it was bulk mailed to resident without a lot number. That mattered because it proved they hadn't verified membership before asserting authority. Rung 2, on November 14, I received a $150 fine notice. The attached account number belonged to Lot 62, my neighbor's parcel. I captured screenshots of their online portal showing my address misassigned. That established clerical negligence. Rung 3, December 2, a landscaping vendor approached me, saying the HOA instructed him not to service non-compliant properties. I recorded the conversation with his consent. That showed vendor intimidation based on false representation. Rung 4, December 18, I pulled the recorded declaration amendment Linda referenced, Amendment 3, recorded instrument #2024-77193. My parcel ID was not listed in Exhibit 8, certified copy obtained. Rung 5, January 6, a tow truck idled near my driveway while 2 HOA board members measured it. My security cameras captured timestamps and license plate TX7843RKL. That proved attempted enforcement on non-member property. Rung 6, February 10, I received an email claiming I had opted into voluntary association benefits via DocuSign. I downloaded the PDF metadata. The IP address was registered to Cedar Ridge's office network. Rung 7, the notary acknowledgement attached to that document bore commission #NT 559203. I verified through the Secretary of State database that the commission had been suspended in 2023. Rung 8, March 1, a lien pre-notice letter arrived threatening filing under Civil Code Section 7203. I checked the statute. It applies only to association members. Rung 9, April 4, the HOA repainted curb markings extending onto my apron. Drone footage showed paint crossing my survey markers. Rung 10, May 14, 7:42 a.m., live striping of my driveway. Video captured Linda stating it was designated overflow. Each rung built a ladder. I intended to climb it. The first major escalation was vendor intimidation. In December, my regular lawn service cancelled abruptly. The HOA president told us servicing your property violates community rules, the owner said. She mentioned penalties. I calmly asked him to repeat that on record. He did. I sent a certified letter, tracking number 94055036993001238842, to the HOA demanding they cease interfering with my private contracts. They ignored it. Second escalation, forged documents. On February 10th, the email arrived. Daniel, attached is your signed voluntary association opt-in form dated September 1st, 2024. I never signed such a form. The signature resembled mine, but the timestamp metadata showed creation date February 8, 2025, 3:12 p.m. The IP address resolved to 192.168.4.22, internal office routing. I documented it and forwarded everything to attorney Carla Nguyen. That's potentially fraud, she said. But we'll let them keep digging. Third escalation, fake lien threats. March 1st, certified letter claimed $1,350 in accumulated fines and administrative fees. I checked the county recorder weekly. No lien filed. Because they couldn't. Carla drafted a response citing lack of contractual privity and warning of wrongful lien liability under Civil Code Section 3412. Linda responded publicly at the March HOA meeting, calling me a hostile non-participant undermining community standards. That meeting was open. I attended. Please identify the recorded instrument binding parcel 17-for42-09-003, I asked during public comment. Silence. Fourth escalation, trespass. April 4th, I returned home to fresh red curb paint across my driveway edge. My survey pin, a brass cap marked Ellison PLS for 4721, was partially covered. I photographed the obstruction, measured encroachment, 11.5 inches, and sent notice demanding remediation. Instead of correcting it, Linda emailed residents claiming my driveway was a shared fire lane historically maintained by Cedar Ridge. Historically? I pulled county maintenance records. No such designation. Fifth escalation, contractor surprise action. Which brings us back to May 14th. 7:42 a.m. White stripes. I stepped forward. Stop, I told the contractor. You're painting private property. Linda interjected, he's under board authorization. Show me the recorded easement. She didn't. The contractor hesitated. He said quietly, do you have written proof? She handed him a packet. I zoomed in on my phone camera. The header read Shared Access Addendum, recorded. It was not recorded. The instrument number listed, 2025 to 11802, didn't exist in the county database. That was escalation 6, fabricated recording reference. I called the county recorder's office at 8:03 a.m., speaker on. Can you confirm instrument 2025 to 11802? Pause. That number has not been issued, the clerk said. The contractor stepped back. Linda's jaw tightened. We'll resolve this legally, she said. Yes, I agreed. We will. The break came from something small. On the forged opt-in PDF, beneath the signature block, was a digital certificate stamp from Cedar Ridge admin. Carla had a forensic consultant examine it. The certificate serial number traced to a bulk purchase license assigned February 2025, months after the supposed September signature date. But that wasn't the killer. The notary seal. Commission NT 559203. Suspended June 30, 2023. Meaning any notarization dated September 1, 2024 was invalid. Carla filed a complaint with the Secretary of State's Notary Enforcement Division. Case Ref. NED 25-41. 2 weeks later, we received confirmation the seal belonged to a former HOA board member whose commission had lapsed. Forgery. Simultaneously, the County Planning Department responded to my inquiry about shared fire lane designation. Email dated May 28, 2025, 9:14 a.m. Courtroom 3B. June 12, 2025. 10:17 a.m. Judge Elena Morris presiding. Linda sat at the respondent's table with the HOA's retained counsel. Carla presented first. Your Honor, Parcel 17-for42-09-003 is not subject to the Cedar Ridge Declaration recorded in Book 8912. Exhibit A does not list the parcel. There is no easement. Yet the association painted markings and attempted enforcement. She submitted the survey, recorder confirmation, and Secretary of State notice regarding the suspended notary. Judge Morris adjusted her glasses. Ms. Carraway, do you have a recorded instrument binding Mr. Mercer's property? Linda's attorney shuffled papers. We believed. I asked for a recorded instrument. Silence. Judge Morris continued. The court finds prima facie evidence of trespass and attempted fraudulent representation. Temporary restraining order is granted effective immediately under Case CV 25-1187. The HOA is enjoined from entering or asserting authority over Parcel 17-for42-09-003 pending final hearing. Linda's face drained of color. And, the judge added, the matter of the notary irregularity is referred to the district attorney for review. Gavel. Work stopped. Within 48 hours, the HOA's contractor returned, this time under my supervision, to remove the paint. The red curb was pressure washed off my apron. A written retraction letter was mailed to all Cedar Ridge residents clarifying my property was not part of the HOA. The HOA's insurer opened claim #CRGL 77821 for trespass damages and reimbursed my legal fees, $18 for 30.72. The fraudulent lien threats were formally withdrawn. At the final hearing in August, the court issued declaratory judgment confirming non-membership and awarding additional attorney fees. Linda resigned 2 weeks later. The HOA amended its enforcement policy requiring parcel verification before issuing compliance notices. Last weekend, I stood in my driveway at 6:30 p.m., grilling burgers while my niece drew chalk art on the concrete. No white stripes. No red curb. Just clean pavement inside clearly marked survey pins. A neighbor from Cedar Ridge walked over. Sorry about all that, he said. It's fine, I replied. Boundaries matter. That's the thing about people like Linda. They think volume equals authority. It doesn't. Records do. You don't beat a Karen by yelling. You beat her with clean surveys, certified mail, metadata, and case numbers. They tried to steal my driveway. All I did was park the truth right in front of them. And it never moved.